What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're gonna talk about 5 things that I hate about the new 2020 C8 Corvette. Now guys, let's be honest, there's not much to hate about this car. This thing is beautiful, it's fast, it handles like a dream, the interior is amazing, it's got 500 horsepower, does the quarter mile in the low 11s. Like, there's really honestly nothing to hate about this car. But I sat here and thought about it, and I found 5 things that range from slightly disliking to absolutely hating, believe it or not. All right, so the first thing that I actually hate about the 2020 C8 Corvette, and I mean I actually hate about this car, it has to do with the transmission. So when you're in automatic mode drive, and say you are, let's get this thing downshifted. All right, we are chilling at 3rd gear, 4th gear, let it upshift. All right, so we're in 5th gear now, right? Say we want to go ahead and upshift it to 6th, 7th, 8th with the paddle shifter. We're still in automatic mode. Say we decide to go and floor it now. Floor it. It doesn't downshift. It accelerates, but does not downshift. I don't know why. It's still in automatic mode, but it just doesn't automatically go back into automatic mode once you hit the paddles. It's really, really, really annoying because, you know, you're just in automatic mode. You want to help the transmission go, you know, get into a higher gear to go ahead and drop the RPMs, and then you decide to go and floor it right after that, and it won't downshift because I guess the transmission thinks it's in manual mode, but it's not. It's still in auto mode, but it doesn't want to act like that. So that gets annoying. Honestly, it's almost like a safety thing. Like, I upshifted it to 8, or let's see. See, like, even now, I want to floor it, and I can't because I just tried to upshift it to 8, and it wouldn't because it wasn't at 60 mile an hour. But now it's at 60, so now I'm in 8th gear. I upshifted it manually. It's still in auto mode. Oh wait, there's something that got in the way. I want to floor it. Floor it, nothing. It accelerates, but it does not downshift. Like, what if I had to get out of the way of something, or I don't know, just you need to get out of your own way? You can't because it won't downshift. Now, after a few seconds, I don't know how long, and maybe after it downshifts itself, it will start working again. But, you know, what if you just needed that right away? Like, see, like I just did that shift, I just did that shift, I did that shift, I did that shift, it's in auto mode, let's floor it. Nothing. I mean, it accelerates, but it won't downshift. Maybe you guys have some insight on why it does that. In my mind, I feel like that just seems like a really bad design. I feel like it should stay in auto mode, even if you do press the paddles. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Drop a comment below what you guys think about that feature or that issue with the C8 tranny. Number 2 on the list of things that I hate about the Corvette, and this is more of like a slight dislike. It's not something that I run into all the time. This compartment back here where the engine is, this compartment gets extremely hot. So after you've been driving for quite a while, everything in your trunk will get nice and toasty. I remember when I bought the car, we drove it from Jacksonville down to Orlando, had a 3-hour trip, had my license plate inside the trunk. And when I picked that thing up, it was burning hot. So you've got the exhaust system that's right underneath this compartment. And you also have the motor right here. You got the transmission right there. So there's a lot of heat going on in here. So when you decide to go grocery shopping or something like that, you have to kind of decide, you know, where you're gonna put your groceries. So I usually use the frunk for anything that's, you know, eggs, bread, anything needs to be refrigerated. And then I throw like paper towels, toilet paper, all that crap in the back over here. So again, it's not like a huge issue. It's just something that I do dislike because you got to kind of plan with this car when you go grocery shopping. Now, the third thing that I hate about this car, and this is like on the medium part of the scale, is check out that blind spot. So you're a driver and you want to look over your right shoulder. You can't see anything. The blind spot is so bad. Even from the passenger side, check that out. Like, it is terrible. You cannot see any cars in your blind spot. Now the view back here is pretty cool because you got the motor right there, but you literally can't see anything. Now Chevy's done a really good job of adding a 1080p camera to the top of the trunk, I guess you would call it, or the roof. And it has a pretty good wide angle lens, and you can kind of see everything. When you're drag racing and stuff like that, you can kind of see when you're gapping people. And then of course you got your blind spot monitoring systems in your mirrors, so that helps out as well. So I really rely on those. Whenever that thing's on, it's like, hey, don't change lanes. As soon as it's off, boom, go. Got another one on the driver's side, another monitoring system right there. So definitely gonna use those, definitely gonna be using your mirrors, definitely gonna be using the rear view camera, but you're not gonna be looking over your shoulder. On to the 4th thing I hate about this car. I don't know if you guys remember a few videos back, the battery on the car died. It actually died twice. The first time it was like slightly dead. The second time it was like dead. Like I couldn't even open up the doors because, you know, everything's electronic in the car. But Chevy's gone ahead and put in some manual locks here so you can go ahead and get the door open whenever the battery is dead. But the battery itself is actually located in the front over here under the hood of the car, about right there. So in order to jump the car, you got to get the hood popped. So how do you get the hood popped? On a car that everything's electronic. Usually to pop the hood, you got a button right here that pops the hood there, but there's nothing manual to pop the hood. There's no lever or anything right here that's out in the open to see. To open up the doors, you pull these to manually open the actual driver door, but where is the manual hood latch? Naturally, the first thing I would do is go ahead and open up the glove box, get the manual out and read, hey, how do we manually open the hood? So on to the fourth thing that I hate about this car is this glove box is electronic as well. So when you hit this button, it's an electronic latch. Well, guess what, guys? When the battery is dead in the car, this button does not work. This thing stays up, which means you can't get to the manual, which means you can't read how to open the hood of the car to jump the car. I feel like the glove box should be something manual, or to get to the manual of the car, the latch, whatever, should be manual, because the car is dead, you can't get to the manual. Luckily, we have cell phones now, and you can Google how do you open the hood of the C8. But what if your cell phone's dead with your car? You're stranded. You can't get to the manual. You can't figure out how to pop the hood. I don't know. Again, guys, something that you probably won't ever have to face. I didn't think my battery would be dead though after owning it for a couple weeks, but it was. So it might happen to you. In case it does happen to you, the manual latch for the hood of the car is actually located above this thing. There is a cable. You have to kind of search around for it. I don't even know where it's at. Somewhere up in there, but there's just like this little pull cable on there. You just pull it and it pops the hood. All right, so the fifth and final thing that I hate about the C8 Corvette, this one's not like a huge deal either, it's probably something I don't ever use anyways, is the wireless charger for this car. For some reason, Chevy decided to put the wireless charger right here. Yeah, it's right there, but honestly, it's really hard to kind of bend back and get your phone in there. Like, honestly, that wasn't bad, but you know, when you're driving, you want to look forward, you're like, oh no, I gotta get my phone. Well, then you're doing like this whole deal there, or you're trying to do this whole deal here, and it's honestly not that easy. But where else in the cabin could they have put the wireless chargers? There's not really much space. Maybe somewhere in here they could have integrated it. I mean, honestly, there's not very much space, so they're kind of limited on options anyway, so that might have been the only spot. But it's just kind of a pain in the butt to get to because it's kind of behind you and you kind of gotta reach around or do this whole deal over here. Like I said, guys, it's really hard to find 5 things that you dislike about the car. Those 5 are a stretch. Besides the transmission and the blind spot, really there's not much to hate about the car, and they may fix the transmission issue with an update. The blind spot, I don't know what they're gonna do about that. There's not really much you can do. And guys, don't take this video wrong in any way. Like, I absolutely love the C8. Those 5 things I can ignore all day, every day. I can do things to bypass them. I don't even use the wireless charger. And most of the time when I'm driving this car, I have it in manual mode or automatic mode, and I don't ever plan on upshifting and downshifting anyways. But guys, a couple updates on the car. I did go ahead and buy an exhaust system for the car. We got the AWE track system coming in. It's supposed to be on here on Friday. And I also did order the sample booklet of wraps, so that should be here on Friday as well. So we'll go through all the different colors and figure out what kind of color we want for this. And again, guys, if y'all have a color in mind that you guys think would look great on the car, drop a comment below. I'll go and check it out. I also did sign up for the Ron Fellows class in Las Vegas. So on Monday, we're flying out to Vegas to do the 2-day course. Once I get back, we should have the wrap and the exhaust system at the house. So we'll go ahead and get those installed. We'll probably spend like a whole week disassembling the car, wrapping the car, installing the exhaust system, putting the car back together. That'll probably be a whole like week or 2 series. So look out for that. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys like the video, go ahead and like it, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Later.